Hey everyone, Gone Turbo here. In today's video, I pose the question, have I found the perfect load order? This is for Skyrim Xbox One. There are over 3,000 mods currently to date for Xbox One, and I've spent most of my time playing with mods, adjusting mods, trying out mods, than I have actually playing the storyline or the quests in this game. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I really try to find and look for a really great looking game. Graphics, lighting. Some folks out there are creating videos that claim to be PC graphics on console. I think I may have tried to create one of those myself. I think we have to be real with ourselves that this isn't a PC, this is an Xbox, and we can use what we got for the time being. But in my playing around with mods and in my my experience here with this game, I think I found a load order that I'm going to stick with for a long time. Is it perfect? It might be for me. And I guess for those of you that are looking for somebody who has spent 3 months at least, actually more than 3 months, trying to find the best looking game graphically, this is hopefully a good video for you. So there's two things I want to do. One, I guess, answer the question, is this a load order for graphics or performance? And the answer is primarily graphics and the way your game looks. Best looking game, load order, to make, I guess, a perfect looking game as best we can for a console, Xbox. However, I have found performance to be really good with this load order. So, first thing is the Dropbox load order document, which I have a link in the description. I follow that document to a T, and basically what it is a document that suggests what order to put your mods in based on folks that have I guess maybe know the system better, maybe know how everything works design-wise. So there's recommendations in this Dropbox load order document. Many mods that exist are listed in the document. So if you want to know where you should put your weather mods, or specifically, Nordic snow or wet and cold, where to put Immersive Citizens, where to put your follower mods, where to put your, anything, where to put your performance mods. This Dropbox load order will tell you where to do that. So I've gone through all my mods and said, oh, there it is listed in the load order, and I stick it where it suggests. So that's one thing that I have here that I would suggest you do to better your order. Secondly, however, primarily, my load order is meant to, again, share with you what is graphically, in my opinion, the best mods for Skyrim. Oops. So as I pull up my mod list here, I'm not going to go through every single mod, but I do want to share the ones that I have, again, tested, played with, downloaded, deleted, downloaded again, deleted, played without them, and hopefully you'll try it yourself, and hopefully maybe have some faith that these are, in my opinion, after testing, the best ones to use for a perfectly, I don't know if perfectly good is the word, but the best looking game graphically and visually. So Skyrim Graphic Overhaul, SGO 2, and Static Mesh Improvement Mod are the three that I keep going back to. Skyrim Graphic Overhaul, Skyrim Graphic Overhaul Part 2, and Static Mesh Improvement Mod. I have played with these I've played with them, I've played without them. I have tried MRENs, I've tried pretty much all the mods that come out that have changed the graphics, that have overhauled the graphics. And although MRENs is newer and more popular right now, it seems, or at least a lot of people are trying it out. I don't know. There are certain things that I don't think are better compared to SGO or SGO2 or Static Mesh. A couple of examples. So some of the wood grain in some of the objects in places that I guess most players would probably frequently visit. So things in Whiterun, objects that you're going to come across a lot in the game. With MRENs just seemed worse. Some of the, like I said, some of the wood grain, the benches in the taverns. Also, another example that just drove me crazy was the venison. So the deer meat. In MRENs, it looked like elephant meat to me. It's gray, and I don't think it's my settings with color saturation, but gray meat with a really bright red meat just wasn't appealing. Some of the other things that MRENs changed, I just didn't like the look. And again, in some cases, I thought it was the resolution in terms of graphics seemed worse. Other mods that I've tried that come out that just because they're new doesn't mean they're better, like 2K Ivy, 4K Trees. There was another tree mod that came out recently that it just looked horrible. I mean, the trees themselves were like square shaped. It was like 10 years step backwards. Anyway, just because they're new doesn't mean they're great. Langley's landscapes. Here you would put Langley's or Skyland. I've played with both. Right now I'm just playing with Langley's for size, megabytes. This is 172 and Skyland is much bigger. Both are great. I'd recommend either one. If you want to go a little bit more powerful with your look, Skyland is the way to go. Right now I just have Langley's plugged in here. So again, I'm not going to go through every single mod, but some will just add a better overall look. So things like Skybirds, yeah, you're going to have birds in your game. You're going to have sounds. It's a little bit more immersive, but it doesn't mean like graphically and visually it's going to be any better. I'm going to go down a little bit further. I have a couple of sound mods that I highlight in some other videos. All right, Rustic Weathers and Lighting and Vivid Weathers are the two top lighting mods that I recommend. However, what wins it for me is Vivid Weathers. I think both add a lighting element. The lighting part of weather mods are very similar with these two. Vivid Weathers, though, wins it for me because of the fact that because it does produce over 500 different weathers, it can just add so much variety to the look of your game. So whether it's an actual weather or a fog or a particular lighting with the sun, depending on the time of day, Vivid Weathers is just an amazing lighting mod. Again, similar to Rustic in the way it brings out and pulls out the graphics, just the way everything objects are lit. But hands down, it's tried and true. I would stick with Vivid Weathers. Realistic Waters 2 is a must-have for the look of your game. Some of our vegetation overhauls. Lush Overhaul is definitely a must-have for a great-looking game. And this where it falls in the load order. It's going to increase the vegetation. It will make it more lush. Dense grass I've tried all the different grass mods. Dense grass just seems to thicken or make the vanilla grass more dense, and I actually really like the variety in the vanilla grass. Verdant to me was just kind of too tall, and grass fields was just a little bit too suburban lawnmower like. Everything just seemed too nice for grassy fields. So dense grass just adds a nice variety. It is the vanilla grass, but it is pretty nice. Treeslod adds a little bit more aesthetics to the longer distances. So I do have that. All right, here's just some other kind of plug and play types of mods. Immersive Citizens, Populated Lands. These aren't going to change the way your game looks, but will add some immersive feel to the game. I mostly have immersive types of mods in my load order, as you can see. My character is Campfire, Frostfall, Survival, iNeed mods, so I have all of those to make my game more real. Better dressed NPCs, again, in terms of looks for your game, definite mod to have here. It makes clothes, I think it makes them look better, but also gives your characters more variety throughout the world. Children Overhaul, going to make your children more better looking. Nordic Snow, again, mod that's been around from the get-go. Great mod. Superior Rocks, Dark Gray 4K. This is a newer one. I went with the 4K and everything looks really good. No snow on the roof. Enhanced blood textures I would recommend. Display enhancements. I have a whole tutorial video on this, probably one of my longer YouTube videos I've made, and I would highly recommend, well, in terms of a perfect load order, you got to have this one. I have found that saturation layered 3 times and blue tint layered 2 times, in addition to Vivid Weather's saturation at normal and Vivid Weather's no bloom at 0. That's what I found to be. Again, I've played with display enhancements. I played with Vivid Weather's adjustments for hours, and what I just said seems to be what I like best. Embers HD, this mod, which seems to have been taken off. I'm not sure what's going on here. Adds a more high definition look to fireplaces, logs, embers. I'm not sure if that one is still available though. In terms of characters, now this part is completely up to you, but Superior Lore Friendly Hair is a newer mod, and thank God this has finally come out. It adds better mesh to all the characters' hair in the game. For 9.59 megabytes, it's worth it. Adorable Females is pretty standard. Font overhaul is just a nice, you can see the font here. Overhaul is the entire font of the whole game. Your texture and body mods, again, up to you. I apologize that I might not have your opinion on the best texture mods or body mods for females, but this is what I currently use. I'm not so much wanting to use my file space for a body mod. I'd rather have really good looking skin on females than shape, so I just have more of a lower file size texture replacer. Natural eyes, girly animation. A couple of other mods that are more for character, weapons, and armor, things like that. Alright, a couple of other visual mods. Better shaped weapons is great to have. These are more immersive with creatures, realistic food, realistic wildlife behavior. Those are just more immersive mods for myself. Horses. Cooking, because I try to do a little more immersive feel to the game. Sounds of Skyrim. I have a couple of videos on sound. And then we get into more of the performance mods. I have fixed restore vanilla settings, insignificant object remover, better rift and performance, but that's it. I don't have every single performance mod installed because I don't want to reduce the look of the game by taking off or taking out falling leaves or particles and things like that. A couple of arrow mods and logging Skyrim. That's my load order. Again, I recommend for display enhancements 3 layers of saturation with 2 blue tint layers and vivid weathers with normal saturation. I've tried low saturation. That looks good too if you want a little bit more of a darker or more gray look to your game, but normal saturation looks really great too. So that's the load order that I have found to work really well. I don't get a lot of crashes. I have faster horses, so as I'm flying through a particularly thick area on the horse, sometimes it will freeze on me, but that's kind of, I think, my own fault because it just can't render things fast enough. So that's one to just look out for. The only other hang up I have seems to be right now is when I go to pitch a tent with Campfire and also build a fire. Right now it stalls on me. Like, it won't place the tent or the fireplace right away. And I've tried taking out vivid weathers and some other mods, and I don't know what's going on, but seems to be a little bit of a lag there. So that's the only downfall I have to this load order. But in terms of the way everything looks, again, I find that the lighting, the overhauls as suggested, and this particular load order make for the best looking game in Skyrim. So please keep watching some of the clips that I have here using these mods, and thanks so much for watching, and I hope, if anything, my videos are helpful. Alright, thanks so much.